7.2 patch notes are here, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to split it up into 3 different videos. Not because I want to milk more views out of it. No. Because I know you're going to skip 2 of the videos and just go straight to the job changes. But I'm going to do the other 2 anyway, just for completion's sake. So let's dive right in. All right, what's up, everyone? I'm Eagle Falcon. I'm a variety streamer, and I do a lot of FF14 content. I've been playing for a very long time now, and new patch notes are here. Let's dive right in. I'm going to give my thoughts as I go. This video specifically is going to be on everything that is not the job changes and not the PvP changes. All right, this is going to be just MSQ story, actual content, and like the little known issues at the very bottom. So we're gonna dive right in. First off, of course, new MSQ added. How many quests do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 quests. Now you know what I love about this? They don't tell us the name of the last quest. I can already tell you what the name of the last quest is going to be. It's going to be Seekers of Eternity. We all know that's going to be the name of the... Whatever. I digress, though. 9 quests. I expect the dungeon to be about right here at number 6, into the trial at number 7, closure there, and then setting up for the next patch in the 9th one. That is what I fully expect there. New Arcadian, what we're all actually here for. And that's going to be probably 6 quests. That's going to start in Solution 9. And lo and behold... intro, M5, M6, and M7, M8, closure. Wow. It's almost like we know what we're doing and how to predict this. New side quest. When death comes to dinner. This is going to be part of the new corn servant quest line. Here's my question. Is this going to be the last corn servant quest line? The last corn servant quest, I should say. So for those who don't know, there is a quest line in 7.0 called the Corn Servant, and it's very silly. It is really, really dumb, but it's still enjoyable. And everyone loved it. And so they made another quest for it. You think this is going to be it? Or is there going to be more? There's a question for you. That's going to be in Tuliolol. Good luck finding it, because it's probably just going to be a yellow quest. It is now possible to perform repairs and access weather forecasts while playing in New Game Plus? Was that not a thing you could do before? Wait, could you not perform repairs if you're in New Game Plus? I'm so confused. And why does it always say 2.x, 5.x, 6.x, 7.x? Did weather forecasts and repairs work in Heavensward and Stormblood New Game Plus? This is bizarre. This race is so, you know, the longer I think about this, the more I hurt. Moving on. Treasure hunts, there's new stuff in the one treasure map we have. You're not getting a new one yet. We had all kinds of hopes and dreams that we were going to get a new one. We're not yet. It's coming in 7.3 like we thought it was going to in the first place. But some of us hoped. And we were wrong. So, new loot in the treasure maps, please look forward to it, and please look forward to the price of all the other loot probably going up or down. I don't know. Now, you know what I love about the patch notes? Every single time we get to grand and free companies, we go, oh my god! They finally remembered that free companies exist! What cool feature has been added to free companies? Oh, it's just the subs. It's just the subs getting 5 more ranks. That's it. Why do we fall for this every year? Every single time we fall for this. Yep, new subs. We get 5 ranks. There might be some stuff that'll be interesting. Who knows? And I'm sure people with way more time in their hands are going to find all of it on like day 2 somehow. In housing, SSAO can now be disabled for indoor furnishing. I don't know what that means. Echo, what is SSAO?
Screen Spaced Ambient Occlusion, SSAO. is a computer graphics technique used to create a more realistic and immersive environment in video games and other visual media. It is a real-time approximation of the ambient occlusion effect, which is a lighting effect that simulates the way light spreads and shadows fall in the real world. SAO is a valuable tool for creating more believable and immersive visual experiences and is becoming a standard feature in modern game engines and rendering systems.
I'm not gonna lie, I did not expect the Echo to actually have an actual answer to that. Yeah, you can now turn off all of that for whatever reason. I'm not gonna complain too much about it. A warning message will now display on the screen when entering the garden of an estate scheduled for auto demolition. I have a counterpoint. If you have the technology to display on the screen that an estate is scheduled for auto demolition, but just by entering the field in the garden, maybe you should count that as the plot being visited and end auto demolition. This is housing is a mess, and I hope the next patch is the one that fixes a lot of it. Moving on. New furnishing has been added. We see a lot of job stones. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want them. Job stones as furniture, outdoor furniture with rubber duckies, chocobos, a whole bunch of other stuff. This is all going to be, I guarantee you, people who are more creative than me are going to somehow turn all of this into a laser disco. I don't know how, but they're gonna find a way to do it somehow. These are all ones that have been added from furnishing design contests from 3 years ago, and new furnishings have been added just in general. In fact, we can even see right here the Extreme Trial trophy that is part of this, and a Dexter's Lab keep out style door for some reason. New Orchestrion rolls have been added. This is a surprise to no one. New aquarium fish have been added. Again, not really too much of a surprise. New seed for flower pots have been added. Yes, I too forgot flower pots were a feature in this game. Yay. Specifically, it is the paper flower seeds. They can be bought from pretty much your normal suspects. New prizes are available for MGP, so those of you who went ahead and bought more MGP in the last Moogle Tomes event instead of maps, you get to laugh at me. Triple Triad, there have been new cards added and new opponents have been added. Again, not really too much of a surprise to anyone. A new category, Field Operations, has been added to the challenge log. So the challenge log, if you somehow don't know, these are kind of weekly objectives you can get for additional experience or credit in whatever the task is. So like if you're going into Eureka, completing those is worth a boatload of elemental experience. If you're going to Bozja, it's worth a whole bunch of metal. And eventually, when Crescent Isle is added, you're going to get a whole lot of knowledge EXP as well for completing these. These sort of things actually do extend beyond that as well. And you can get them for MGP, you can get them for Chocobo experience. There's a whole lot of them. So there's now a whole new category that's just specifically field operations. Rather than having a Eureka section, rather than having a Eureka section, rather than having a Bozja section, now it's all just in one section. Not too surprising there. The following additions are made to duty support: the Sunken Temple of Karn and the Underkeep. Underkeep, of course, being the new dungeon that we're about to get. So no real surprises there. The following additions have been made to Chloe's Wondrous Tales. Prizes available in exchange for Chloe's gold certificate commendations, silver commendations, and bronze commendations have been adjusted. Generically, I just fully expect this to be the new crafted sets that have 5 open slots is going to be there for gold certificates, and the rest are just going to be probably minor things if I had to guess. And the Underkeep and Jinno's First Walk are now available as options that can appear in Wondrous Tales. The following duty roulette names have been adjusted. Wait, what? Leveling 51 to 79 is now leveling dungeons 51 to 59, 61 to 6. Oh, okay. They redid all the naming things to separate out the leveling dungeons and what I refer to as exo dungeons or end of expansion dungeons. Because end of expansion dungeons really are detected by the game as something radically different. And also award no EXP. Stop running those for EXP. That fact, you really shouldn't be running them for roulettes either, unless you really want uncapped tomes. They're not great. They're just not. So that language is now longer, but more clear. To which I say good. The Unreal has been switched to Hell's Kier. Good luck playing DDR. That's all I can say for that. Duties that can be recorded via the duty recorder have been changed. Who uses this? Who actually uses this? Like, seriously, who actually uses this? The world may never know. Oh yeah, also this mount has been added to Fox Leaves. New emotes have been added, which who knows what that's going to be. Who knows what that's going to be? What's it going to be? /stun, /dazed. Tome Scroll and Study have been added to the special tab of the emotes window. Tome Scroll and Study are looping versions of Tombstone and Read. Hallelujah. I cannot tell you how frustrating it was from a G-posing standpoint of how infuriating it was to have a macro to actually read a book. Huzzah, huzzah. Battle systems, as I said before, we are going to save that for later. So we're going to skip all the way down to items. New items been added. These right here are, I want to say that is our Tombstone gear. This is then our 740 gear that's going to be crafted. I don't see our rating gear. The dying interface has been adjusted. Adjustments to accommodate additional dies due for implementation in patch 7.21. So no new dies yet. But once that cosmic exploration drops, oh, new dies. In addition, the following items now have 2 die channels. It's 7 pages of items. Just good luck. Check your favorite piece. It might now be dual die channel. Oh, hey, I think that's actually one of the ones I use on my alt. Neat. Actually, I do see a lot of the relics in here too, so that is very nice. Then the following items can now be equipped regardless of gender. That is the black feathered flat hat and the red feathered flat cap. So good for that. The following additions have been made to the glamour dresser. It still exists. That's all you need to know. There are now new marks that show whether it can be part of an outfit glamour, and there's a new mark indicating that the item is part of an outfit glamour and it is saved as an outfit. You can now also filter by whether it's part of an outfit glamour. I'm not gonna lie, I have not looked into this too much yet. The Neo Kingdom gear can now be exchanged, can now be purchased and exchanged for D's nuts. Yes, I beat you to it, now what? Certain items can now be sold, desynthesized, and submitted for expert deliveries. Basically, all the stuff you had before, you can now go ahead and destroy it. You should go ahead and make sure it is stored for glam instead of just accidentally destroying it. Secondary attributes have been exchanged, blah, 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 whatever. Wait. Isn't the exquisite stuff the stuff you get for clearing... not Mount Raucon. Which is it? Alo Island Savage? Man, thank God they tweaked the substats on gear that you really want for the stats. The wild thing, nobody cared about the stats. You went for these because of the look, the glow, the glam. Why would whatever? The description of certain pugilist arms that have been updated to indicate that the weapon appearance may take precedence over the display of hand gear. Monk players know this all too well, where it is always a guessing game to see whether, in fact, your new weapon overwrites the gloves you really like. It's always a guessing game. Now it's less of a guessing game, unless you just can't read. Oh, wait, we're playing FF14. Yeah, no, it's still a guessing game. New miner and botanist gathering points, no surprise. New items been added to gathering points, no surprise. The location of certain gathering points in Yoctel have been adjusted, almost a surprise. An effect now displays when the collector's standard and collector's high standard statuses are active. Wait, they didn't before? What? New fish have been added. The following fish can now be caught using very specific debate. Anyway, a feature to batch select required materials by quality have been added to the crafting log. Yay! If you lack sufficient quantity of the required materials, only one of the amount in your possession will be selected. No more click, 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 click. Thank God. Level requirements for master crafting recipes have been removed. What? Really? You do that now that I have almost all the master recipes done? Now that I've got almost all my crafters maxed out? Really? I guess this means, though, I can just, the moment 7.2 drops, just pop my remaining like 5 books, just get that knocked out, done, instead of just holding on to books inside a retainer. So that's good. I'm still annoyed by it because I had an entire retainer that was literally just the crafting books. But in any case, level cap for Desynth has been increased from 720 to 740. No surprise. New mounts have been added. Don't ignore this though. Wings aren't real. They can't hurt you. Mounts can now be summoned while moving. A new chocobo barding has been added. A beagle has now been added, as well as other minions. New faceware has been added. I know a lot of people that are excited about the eye patch. Unironically, I know there are a lot of people that have been asking for an eye patch. Now they have it. Specifically an eye patch that wasn't a hat. Yay. Graphical adjustments are made to player models based on feedback from the community. I am afraid of this because I have heard almost no changes to models that have been like requested. So I am afraid to know what feedback they've been getting. So hopefully whatever change we see are good. Granted, the community's only been complaining about there's nothing to do. Ugh. Chaotic hard. Ugh. Stories suck. Ugh. And that's all the community's been. And I'm not gonna lie, I agree with them partially, but man, I am so sick of it. Anyway, shadow quality has been updated. Oh wait, I'm sorry, I missed the important part. In conjunction with these adjustments, players can obtain yet another file of Fantasia from the Wandering Moogle in Old Gridania for a limited period of time. Yet, how many free Fantasias have we got? Is this the third one now? I swear this is the third freaking one. Chat is saying that it's the third. A third file of Fantasia. They really want to get you in on the whole concept of being addicted to popping Fantasias. Like they're telling us it is to make up for the fact that they are changing how characters look, and you may want to go ahead and adjust your character, and we're being a nice guy about it. But it's actually a secret method to get you hooked on Fantasia. It's the third free hit, technically fourth if we exclude the free one you get at the end of A Realm Reborn. I'm surprised nobody is actually trying to go ahead and push that. Push that theory. Because some lunatic totally would. Shadow quality has been increased. Hooray! The following adjustment has been made to certain NPCs. The model quality, texture resolution, and material qualities of faces have been improved. The texture resolution and material qualities of gear have been improved. Does this mean that some of my favorite jackets, like the Uraeus coat, is gonna no longer be like 16-bit? Please, pretty please. Now, I did see in the live translated notes that Yoshi P during the reading of the patch notes did mention exactly which jobs were, or which NPCs were adjusted. According to Yoshi P, the NPCs are Lise, Amaric, Emmett Selk, and Emperor Solus Solgalvus in terms of face model and texture. You made Emmett look better? Interesting. Graphical details for the following gear has been improved. Yes, gear has been improved. Just at first glance, I see some more relics have been updated. A lot of various relics, some artifact gear, some more artifact gear, some stuff that's not artifact gear, some stuff that's store-bought gear. Anything I use besides the Magitech jacket? I actually just want to see if there's anything I actually use. No, nothing really stands out. Vegetation in the following areas will now be rendered in high resolution to destroy your GPU even harder. It is going to be in the 3.0 to 3.x areas. That's a lot of areas. Like before they just updated, yeah, we just upgraded some areas in the Realm Reborn, whatever. Are you saying you updated all the areas in all of Heavensward, Stormblood, Heavensward, Stormblood, Shadowbringers, and Endwalker all in this one patch? Yeah. Dang. This includes instance dungeons, raids, Eureka Expedition, and Save the Queen areas. I forgot that's what we call Bozja, is Save the Queen. I completely forgot about that. The following adjustments have been made to objects in the field and cities. They got more... I don't want to use the term they got more clutter, but they got more clutter. But it's the good kind of clutter. We didn't save the queen, she's gone. It's kind of weird also calling it Save the Queen areas, considering the trial we're about to get and the name of her sword. Yeah, high definition clutter. There we go. Although this before and after, halfway to a desert, jungle, desert, jungle, desert, jungle. Like, dang. It is like night and day. Number of objects have been increased. Polygon count has been increased. Enjoy destroying your 1060. Texture resolution has been increased. And this applies to cities and fields. No changes have been made to Korthus Western Highlands and the Ratika Greatwood, the Tempest, or Ultima Thule. Why no update to Lahi? I want my updates to Lahi. Oh, because Lahi is very saturated, but it could be more Lahi. It could be more saturated. Just think, we could have more trees. We could give you the full jungle experience and make you want to take a machete to the unmacheteable trees. Number of shadows cast in rooms in the following areas have been increased: the barracks, battle hall, and certain instanced events, and Yulmore the canopy. That actually does raise a good point. Why not the Korthus West Highlands? Is it just because it already is an accurate depiction of Minnesota and they don't want to touch it? That's probably it. The general action sprint, it now grants the jog status effect once it expires. So this was something they talked about in the live letter and we weren't sure what the heck it meant. Jog affords a more modest speed increase, but has an unlimited duration. The effect can be manually deactivated and expires when enmity is generated. So once you sprint, it sounds like you get a Peloton speed afterwards, and that lasts until you draw aggro from anything. Like, for the most part, I don't see this being all that useful to high-end players, but holy smokes, can you imagine starting up a brand new character and just having this sort of thing going before you're able to get mounts? Oh man, that is huge. And yeah, of course, with this sprint into mounting up, you can just start cruising. There's a lot of very strange and interesting little qualities of life that I don't think a lot of people expected. Someone in chat says it's I'm sorry, right, we're not podcasting. Basically, it's PvP sprint in PvE. I don't know if I'd call it PvP sprint in PvE, because PvP sprint is indefinite sprint. This is not indefinite sprint. It's indefinite Peloton. Wait. It's indefinite Peloton. It doesn't say that the restriction is where to do it. We've made Peloton obsolete. We've taken yet another thing away from Fizz range. Bards, dancers, and machinists just can't stop losing. Holy smokes. All right, so if we go ahead and do this, then can we finally give machinists actual DPS, please? The following adjustments have been made to the actions and traits window. A display option to list actions by function have been added for disciples of the hand or land. Wait, so I can sort between stuff that increases my progress or quality, and I don't have to stare at my grid of skills like with my eyes glazing over going, groundwork's the one for progress, right? Thank God. New actions corresponding to targets marked with different signs have been added to the Generals tab. This is going to be huge for PvP. When we get to the PvP actions, I want to bring this back up again, because this is going to be big. In order to prevent the duties category has been added. This category includes the following actions: duty action 1 and duty action 2. All right, bold prediction. 7.25, we're going to see duty action 3 and duty action 4 be added. Bold prediction. I just feel like they have to for Crescent Isle, because I don't know how you go ahead and make a mini caster with only 2 skills. Like, I don't think they're going to go ahead and do what they did in Stormblood and just put in like, yes, here's your random action, LOL, for this one fight and only this one fight. I think they learned from that. But I mean, like, imagine trying to make a black mage with only 2 skills. It's just not feasible. I think it's going to happen, especially since they're going to go at, because why make an entire category that is just 2 skills? That makes no sense. So Blizzard 4 and Fire 4, what else do you need? We'll get to that later. In order to prevent the server congestion, we'll be implementing multiple instances for Solution 9 Heritage Found and areas newly added in 7. What new areas? I gotta assume like little instance areas. I don't no, it can't be anything like that. There can't be anything major. And of course, those instances will be removed as needed. The following additions and adjustments have been made to achievements, tanks. Moving on. The following additions and adjustments have been made to retainers. Item drop rates have been adjusted for the following retainer ventures, which is going to be all of your explorations. New items can be obtained through quick exploration ventures. Guild currency symbol now appears next to the amount of gil entrusted shown in the retainer window. With the exception of gear, trade items are now displayed in the log window. We'll see about that. The following online statuses will now also display when display class or job icons with nameplate is selected. And that is looking for party members, looking for party member, party leader crossworld, party leader crossworld. Apparently they really want to make sure you can see who is the party leader in a crossworld party. AFK, viewing cutscene, and camera mode. Neat. Following adjustment made to portraits, new accents have been added, including the new Fru one. New pose have been added. The PvP category filter, accessible via the edit portrait window, has now been split into PvP series and PvP seasons. This is most likely our new Fru adventure plate. What are those top 2? I have no idea. I'm guessing PvP related for no reason. Just because they like to do that sort of thing in the PvP series. Depth of field has been adjusted. When you're in a group pose, you can kind of see how it's out of focus in the back, and also now it can be out of focus up front as well. New patch logo frame has been updated with the 7.2 logo and a bunch of new stickers that you'll never use. Here's one of the big ones that, let's be honest, a lot of people forgot about. They were really upset about this and then forgot about it. The following adjustments are made to the blacklist. In accordance to measures introduced in in accordance to measures introduced in patch 7.2 to help prevent the identification of account IDs that are not displayed in game relevant to saved client data has been reset. We apologize for any inconvenience caused and ask for your understanding as we introduce these measures. Although the information registered on the blacklist has been preserved, characters blacklist prior to 7.2 will display as character name could not be retrieved. And any saved comment will also be deleted. As a result, players will no longer be able to distinguish between characters blacklisted prior to 7.2. To have blacklisted character names displayed once more, please consider removing relevant characters from the blacklist and registering them again. We apologize for the inconvenience. All information registered on the mute list has been deleted. Players will be unable to blacklist characters that were registered as contacts prior to 7.2 via their contacts list. All right, so what is this in regards to? There was a mod that was made that everyone disliked, including especially the modding community. The mod was called, I believe it was called like Player Scope. I call it Stalker Scope because that's really what it was intended for. And that's in fact what the creator made it for. What it did was that it took advantage of the way the blacklist worked, which admittedly, the blacklist worked very, very sloppily, and took advantage of an exploit that existed within the blacklist that it saved the account ID of anyone you blacklisted. So it was possible for clients to go ahead and get access to account IDs, which then let PlayerScope access all information about that account ID, including alts, retainers, and all of the information you could possibly pull off the lodestone and other sources completely, as well as also last known character locations. It was a terrifying mod and was incredibly creepy and was pulled pretty much everywhere it possibly could other than Russian GitHub. Maybe it's even gone from there too. They acknowledged the existence of this mod both on the forums and then also in a live letter. And they actually addressed it in English too, which is a rarity for the all Japanese live letters. And these are the measures that are going into place. So some information is going to be lost off your blacklist because they're redoing how the blacklist is going to function. But in the end, this should completely kill Stalker Scope. Granted, we don't know exactly what they changed, nor will we probably ever know exactly what they changed. But this was something they needed to do because this was an exploit. This is a perfect example of how they really need to overhaul the friend system entirely. Yeah. You mean you don't want to wait 5 minutes for your friend list to load? The following text commands have been added: Tome Scroll, Study, and Dazed. Oh. Now we know the new emote is called Dazed. All adjustments are made to the data center travel system. Destination worlds are now listed in a random order. No, my dyslexia, no! No! My muscle memory is going to get me sent to Brazil. No. The adjustment is designed to alleviate stress caused by players tending to select destination worlds from the top of the list. No. Honestly, this is very, very minor, but this is going to drive me a little insane. On the data center travel confirmation screen, the cursor is now positioned above the proceed button by default. Additions have been made to the auto translate dictionary you never use. Additions have been made to the PS5, PS4, and Xbox Series autocomplete dictionaries you never use. New trophies have been added. New achievements have been added. New music, sound effects, and voices have been added. Oh, thank God. For a minute, I thought we had an entire unvoice acted MSQ. Whew. Oh, phew. Oh, man. Oh, you had me worried there until that one line. Whew. You know what the worst part is? As stupid and pointless as this line is of saying new music, sound effects, and voices have been added, you know if they don't, some lunatic's gonna go, oh, there's no new music in the patch. The game is over. The now loading text displayed while logging in has been removed. Adjustments to reduce discrepancies between different platforms and languages. This adjustment is to reduce... okay. The following additions and adjustments have been made to the launcher. Portions of the design have been altered. Oh no! The name of the Lodestone tab at the menu at the top of the launcher has been changed to Community. Selecting a tab will open the Community menu, from which players can access the Lodestone event and party recruitment, Community Finder, and blogs. New backgrounds have been added. Y'shtola. That's it. That's all you need to know right there. Anastinian. All right, fine. Alphino, Alice, Y'shtola, Urianger, Thancred. This is Thancred. And Estinian have all been added as backgrounds to the launcher. Resolved issues. Do we really want to go through this? Is there any of these that like stand out as just like, are you kidding me? Oh, wait, here we go. An issue when using the Gunbreaker PvE action Super Bolide, where players could survive damage with 1 HP when missing the timing to activate wait. The issue when using Gunbreaker's PvP action Super Bolide, wherein players could survive damage with 1 HP even when missing the timing to activate Super Bolide invulnerability effect. What? You know what? We're just gonna move on. Known issues. An issue where in certain main scenario quests in patch 7.2 cannot be progressed despite a green completion icon appearing in the duty list. That seems like a major issue. So wait, there's just gonna be people that just can't progress MSQ? An issue during the second boss in the instant dungeon Underkeep, wherein attack indicators for certain bosses cannot be seen. An issue where playing as a sage means that you are allowed to be a sage. No, I'm sorry. An issue where playing as sage, wherein an action that cannot be executed or set to the hotbar appears in the actions and traits window. What? An issue where the effect of the healer PvP roll action stone skin does not display on nearby party members. This is only a graphical issue. We'll get to that when we get to the PvP stuff. An issue wherein elemental clusters required to craft newly implemented Chrono-PO, leather, and Diatrima felt are reversed. Okay. An issue during subaquatic voyages where newly discovered sectors are not recorded in the Voyager log. Fine, I guess I'm running money frickin' runs until you fix that. I'm not gonna risk running the new stuff if I'm not gonna get progress. What the heck? An issue where in using G pose, that's it, game's unplayable. An issue where using group pose, wherein motions for the machinist PvE action flamethrower do not display correctly. It's all flamethrowers good for. Can you nerf machinists anymore? They can't even flamethrower in G pose correctly. An issue where in group pose, we're enabling depth of field and setting the manual focus to certain values in subjects appearing to have a border around them. Okay then. An issue where using group pose, you know what, just don't group pose. You're gonna be waiting to group pose anyway. Everything's broken in group pose, apparently. An issue where in certain quest cutscenes where objects erroneously obstruct the view of the player and NPCs. Oh boy, MSQ day tomorrow is gonna be hilarious. We're just gonna have stuff randomly blocking the camera. We might just get hard locked and not able to progress the quest at all. Oh man, tomorrow is gonna be adventure. But that is everything that is not the job changes. I'll have all of the job changes in a separate video. Be sure to give a like, subscribe, all that fun jazz, and I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.